because of diversity. A nation is an association of peoples who identify their shared core values. And on the basis of their shared core values, they give themselves a constitution which will now establish institutions that make up the state. What we have in Nigeria and in most African countries is a confusion where we think the nation is the state. The nation is reduced to the state. We have a country quite all right by the fact that we live within a territory, even if that territory is not secure, as we all know. But we don't have a nation. We have institutions that make up the state. We collapse the nation into the state. If you look at our constitution, section 2 of the current constitution, and you don't find this in the 1963 constitution, it ascribes sovereignty not to the people but to the state. That is dangerous. That means the state has the last say on any question. That means the state is more powerful than the citizen. That is a recipe for impunity. Because as we all know, the state is the head of state, or the governor, or whoever represents them. Whatever they say, we all have to comply, whether they're right or wrong. So we don't have a democracy in the true sense of the word.
Oh my God.
And until we have that, until we build a nation, we can't even talk of unfinished greatness. And I have to make a critique of the title of Governor Fayeme's book. It presupposes that there is a project that is unfinished. I am saying we have not even started the project.
Oh my God.
And we need to stop deluding ourselves. What are our shared core values? What are the things that bring us together apart from the super egos? You know, when I had this experience, 2013, I was visiting a place called Du in Plateau State. The Plateau State governor is here. I got to Du the Friday before the Nations Cup final between Nigeria and Burkina Faso. And there was tension everywhere. But on Sunday night, when Nigeria won the game, the final match, the tension dissipated. And most people forget the fact that a young man from southeastern Nigeria received the ball from a young man from Pangshin who had to leave Nigeria because his parents were killed. Victor Moses passed the ball to Sondemba. Sondemba scored the goal. And we didn't even ask about the local government of origin of the scorer of the goal. So what are our shared core values? If you ask the Americans, they talk of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We don't have one. And it is when we begin to identify our shared core values that we begin to build a nation. What we have right now is a state held together at gunpoint. And when the state begins to oppress the citizen, there will be cries of marginalization, there will be secessionist and separatist agitation, there will be insecurity. Now we have set up Nigeria to be a place where the state is more powerful than the citizen, and the state is oppressive. We need to retrace our steps. Quite often, Nigerians ask, which is the way forward? And I say, if you are moving in the wrong direction, you shouldn't be going forward. You should make a U-turn.
God help.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land, and we are here live and direct. Today is the 21st day of September 2024. Therefore, I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers onto this hallowed platform where we preach the gospel of liberation, the gospel of genuine emancipation, the gospel of the awakening. This is a revolutionary radio where you can learn, where your mindset, your mentality will be awakened into subjecting everything to the author of reason, measuring everything with the balance of logic. Here we ask questions, we question everything. And you know that Radio Biafra is in defense of freedom. Therefore, once again, I welcome each and every one of you onto this hallowed platform where it all started by our leader Mazi Okuchukwu, who is still in the enemy dungeon. But in his temporal absence, the DOS headed by Mazi Chinedu is in charge, because this is a global movement. This is a global movement. This is a movement towards the restoration of Biafra. And we must continue. There is no going back, no waiting, and no, crying. We must continue. That is how it is. Our own should not be a different thing altogether. Therefore, you can be hearing Radio Biafra London through our FM 102.1 in many parts of Biafra land. Also, in the absence of that, you can download IPOB Community Radio. It is a very low data consuming application whereby with little data you can be listening to Radio Biafra. Moreover, you can also or should also download Simple Radio so that it will be a backup in case if there is a problem with IPOB Community Radio. You can switch to Simple Radio. You scroll on Simple Radio now, scroll to Radio Biafra London, and you will be hearing the message. Also, you can click on our homepage, IPOB homepage, www.ipob.org. There you can see Radio Biafra London live broadcast. You click there and you'll be listening. Very simple. Also, beside there, you will see where it is written donate through PayPal. Donate via PayPal. PayPal. You can donate to what we are doing. You don't need to be an IPOB member in order to support what we are doing. You can do it. If the money you are trying to give will not be, will not be received through PayPal, you can make contact. IPOB, it's a global movement, and we can accept any amount of money. $10 million, or that IPOB for $1 million, 500,000, 100,000, any amount. Nothing is too big and nothing is too small. Remember, we have many things. IPOB has many things on their hand that requires finance, and without the finance, you know that so without the finance, we cannot achieve our goal. Because whatever that IPOB is doing is money. ESN is run by money. Do you understand what it means to run an army? Do you understand what it means? It's not something of a one day or 1 month. It's continuous. That is why we shall never forgive the people holding our money, that blockaded our money. We shall never forgive them in this world and in the world to come, because what they want is the complete collapse of IPOB. But they are wrong. Therefore, we must continue. As you may know, today is Saturday, and it is the day dedicated to religious discussions, which will continue on the fourth part of the importance of common ideology. I've been treating it. The fourth today will be the fourth part, part 4. Therefore, we must continue doing what we are doing. But before that, I will like to remind us that, look, as I used to say, the Nigerian government has activated Gowon policy. Gowon policy in fighting our quest for the restoration of Biafra. It is a kind of asymmetric war. Gowon said it, that had it been he understood the Igbo man as he did today, he wouldn't have spent that whole lot of money and people, importing people, the endangering people's lives to come and fight Biafra. He would have simply spread a fraction of that amount to some Igbos willing to in Igbo land, and they will do the job very perfect. Do you ever think or reason why this man, who was the head of state of Nigeria during the war, do you ever reason, just as a Biafran, as an Igbo man, do you ever reason why this person can say this with what he saw, with the information at his table, with the type of our people he saw, the character he saw? He made this statement. He shook head. He said, no, I would have empowered some Igbos and they will kill their brothers for me. Nothing, no need. That is exactly what they have activated. You might be thinking it's like 1967. No. Today, they are doing it in a different way. Can you tell me the rationale behind Hope Uzodimma accepting to be imposed? He's an Igbo man from Imo State. From our mama also. Olo, let me call it Olo. Olo's accepting to be used to depose his own brother in the same state, not in national level, in state level, from 4th position to 1st position. And he agreed. He agreed. So, as I was saying, what do you think that made Gowon to say this? And I'm giving you the example of Hope Uzodimma for you to see how bad it is. What Gowon said, just compare them. Somebody, an Igbo man from the same state, the same region, he came 4th in a position, 4th position. And the caliphate met him and said, look, can you do our dirty job for us? Now we will put you in power. He said he signed everything that he can do. Since Hope Uzodimma entered power in Imo State, he turned the Imo State upside down. Let me tell you, our land has been the most peaceful even in the whole of that zoo. Biafra land in general. And even Imo State in particular. Where people, there are many hotels in where people go there, So, but since Hope Uzodimma entered power, was imposed on Imo. Everything that is the job. That is part of what Gowon said, the statement of Gowon. Had it been, if, for example, this man who opposed Odimma is a knowledgeable person. You know, I used to say it here. But the issue is that our people are blinded with or by selfish interests. It's very, very sad, honestly. Selfish interests. Had it been is a knowledgeable somebody, yes, he want to be a governor, but he would have politely turned down the request of the caliphate. He will say, no, I consider my people. There will be shock, and it will not augur well, because this one is clear. So let us leave it another 4 years, so that let us wait. Even if you rig me into second position, now from there we go to court. It will be palatable. But from fourth position direct, no, it will bring problem. You know, if it is people that are civilized, let me put it. If it is individuals that have civilized character, they consider their race, they consider their nation, they consider their people in everything they are doing. Not selfishness only, not being selfish. He would have said, no, Oga Sultan, Oga Emir, I beg, I respect, with due respect, just leave. This thing, I foresee it will bring heavy problem in Imo State. Let us wait till 4 years. Don't worry, 4 years, we will rig. You know, that is a very polite way. And even the people, they will respect you. Because you considered your people. But he said, no. Nah, hey, he said, Chukwu just were haiga ya n'aka. Ka mmadụ ga-apụtakwa napụga ya mba. Do you see the extra? Are you now correlating the statement of Gowon? Now, you see people that are calling themselves pretending to fight. They say they are fighting their ESN, using ESN name falsely. Impostors. Nigerian government is encouraging them, either directly and indirectly, in order to sow confusion in the minds of our people, in the heads of our people, so that they will look at every real Biafra agitator, every ESN as an enemy. That now we don't want what you are doing. You people are killing us. So that is what Nigerian government wants to obtain in the mindset, in our people's mentality, so that they reject this Biafra agitation, so that they start fight. Even they take up the power. They will take up the fight against IPOB by our people. That is what Nigerian government is doing. This is intelligent job, intelligent work, intelligence work. You know, so our people should be wise. Greed, selfishness is killing us. It's killing our people. It's killing us as a race. Let me put it like that. It's killing us as a race. Are you hearing me? And without getting together, without being organized, we become powerless. We become prone to conquest. That is it. We might have the highest talents in the world individually, but our talents will be benefiting foreigners. Britain will be calling you, praising you as, Philip Emeagwali invented the supercomputer. Yes. But for who? Did he do it in the name of Biafra? Or even, let me say, Nigeria? The answer is no. It's America. Because America created the system he is working. Likewise, many of our people that are highly brilliant. You are brilliant in other people's system because they use their system. They created a system that makes that your brilliant natural talent to shine. So you don't give credit. It's just like a farmer. Who is a good farmer? A good farmer is somebody that, manures his farm, water, irrigates the farm very well. Now, know the character of the soil character, the plant he wants to plant, everything before planting, so that he give him the yield. So, when you prepare your farm as a farmer, the farm acts like the system. It's being prepared. So, when you plant one seed, it will germinate and yield good. And people, passers-by, will be say, now this farm good though. But if you take the seeds that would germinate very well, that would do very well in an organized farm, and go and sow it in a desert, it will die. So the first, how you recognize civilized people, I preached it the other day, is creating and organizing a conducive system that will make individual talents to thrive. That is it. Because your individual talents amounts to nothing without us being organized as a group. It amounts to zero. It gives, look at our people everywhere around the world doing very well. Are they doing it? Every time we say, this Biafran boy is a Igbo man. He invented this. Look at this in United Kingdom. He did this and he did very good, doing very good in Canada. Because Canada prepared the system for him to thrive. Do you see the difference? And they don't want us to build a system for us to thrive. Because without good system, our individual talents is zeush, zero, nada, rien, nothing. I say it again. Without a conducive environment and system, our individual and private talents amounts to nothing. It will only benefit foreigners. That is why, civilized people, wise people, they sacrifice and build a conducive system, environment. A conducive environment that will now harness their individual talents. They will be contributing it in order to continue building the system. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, the Nigerian government is in the phase. They are using Gowon policy now in our land, directly and indirectly sponsoring criminality in our land, in order to be killing people, to be vandalizing houses in our land today, in order to be committing all kinds of atrocities against our own people. Now, let me ask you, have you ever had these people that are shouting they are fighting for freedom? These criminals, have you ever had them or seen them say at least they capture or they pursue Fulani headsmen in any place that are destroying our farm, or kidnappers? Do you ever see them do that? The answer is no. It tells you all you need to know. What matters to them is destruction of our land, so that our people will be sick and tired of this agitation, this quest for Biafra liberation. It's a job, it's an intelligence job, and we will be seeing more of it. So I want our people to be wise. I plead that our people should listen to the voice of reason and be wise, so that when they see all these people committing havocs, that they are fighting for Biafra, there is a lie. You cannot be killing the people that you are meant to protect. Now, if Biafra come, who will be there? IPOB, we don't destroy our people's homes. We don't kill our people. We don't engage in criminality. That is fact. Is a fact. Anybody telling you that he is ESN, he or her is ESN, calling you on phone or doing any type of criminality, know that you don't need to ask. Know that say, no, these are the people that they used to talk on Radio Biafra. These are the impostors. These are Nigerian agents that are bent on destroying the reputation of what we are doing in the minds of our people, so that they will turn against what we are doing. That is their job. It's what they want to achieve. But in the facial part of it, they will come and start telling you, no, Biafra. No. It's live from the pit of hell. And another thing I want to also touch before entering into my subject matter today is this drug business, methamphetamine, mini business, factory that the people are bringing in our land. People don't know what, many of us don't know what drug can do to a society. It destroys the youths. Youths will become zombies. Youths will become, no more, they will become nothing. Even in Diara Kazihama, they become nothing. A drug addict can kill in order to get 2,000 naira, 1,000 naira to go and buy that drug. They can kill. So these are the things they are bringing in our land. Anywhere IPOB see these people, these factories, as long as, because let me tell you, what Nigerian government is doing in our land is just extortion only. What they can get from individuals. That's why police everywhere. There is no presence, government presence in our land. So they sow seeds of discord, so that dog will eat dog in many parts of Biafra land. So that people will start behaving as they want. So that the the strongest become is animal, wild character, wild habit, savages. So that the strongest becomes the right person. Any person can be killed. They are trying to dwindle our population. Let us understand this through any way possible that is possible for them. That's why they are stifling us through checkpoints, military. Remember before that there was a clearance of this military. And you know what they did? Nigerian government did? After removing some of all those checkpoints, they secretly encouraged criminals to come up. People started coming up in order to, making our people's lives unbearable. Stealing funds, committing any type of havocs against our own people. And our people say no. It is better even the police continue extorting us. Let them come back. Military, come back. Do you see what? I don't know whether people understand what I'm saying. What we are doing is not easy. To control human being is not easy. It's the hardest thing on earth. That is why we always dish out here on Radio Biafra awareness, creating awareness, talking to our people to understand that it is better we join together to create this system that will allow us to thrive as a people. Not you thriving when you go travel outside our land. You start thriving. It's a policy to make sure that all of us run away, leaving our land full of milk and honey, leaving it barren, so that foreigners will take over. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So, say no to drug factory in Omuaka, in any part of Olo, in any part of Biafra land. These are killers. These are killers. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Any place you see these people manufacturing producing this hard drug in our land, please call our inquiry line. Give the information. Just now leave. Just call the inquiry line on signal. Now give the info. Your job is give the information. If you want, don't mention your name. Just give the information. Look at where I see this. Look at what is happening. It is so place. It's so very precise. So place. Now leave. Leave it. IPOB will take care of it. Because we will never allow people to come and cause havoc in our land and go scot-free. To leave our land to be rotten. Because that is the Nigerian government policy, the caliphate policy. So that our land will be rotten. Are you hearing me? That it is we that will be begging Nigeria to come, please come and save us. That is what they are trying to do. But say no to criminality. And moreover, this agricultural revolution is not a 1 month something or 1 season issue. No, it is continuous. So that there will be abundance of food in our land. They have used food to do us anyhow. Remember when the North, coalition of Northern elders or something like that, they banned, they say they will no longer bring tomatoes to the South. Remember? Imagine that they are in charge of our complete feeding. Imagine that. That is why we need to remove all these things that we can do in our land. Let us do it. Produce food. So that to hell with their food, to hell with their anything, their tomato, we produce it, and they will now be understanding that, look, they will know that, look, these people, it's part of the war. It's part of the effort. Let us go back into farming. It's not only you do it only once now after, you leave. No. It is a continuous thing. So that yam will be filled, our land will be filled up with yam. Everywhere. Price will go down. People, yam, every assorted type of food. Let us also be planting trees as we could. Oshishi okwa, ube, mango, okpaka. All these economic trees and fruit trees, let us be planting them. Not only consuming what nature gives to us, let us also help nature. You can casually plant trees. Live out in our land. We don't need irrigation. We have enough rain. We have enough water everywhere. Even Oshishingwo, Nkwo, all this. Let us be planting them. Kaina occurring everywhere. Are you hearing me? When you finish eating maybe ube, pear, you leave it, it will grow. Now you just go and take it and plant somewhere. In your land, but just plant, be planting. Forget. Be planting it. Let us be planting trees. These trees are very, very important to our environment. It is important to produce fruits that will be eaten also. Odara. Let us be planting all this. I watch where China is reconverting their desert into forest. They are planting forests inside desert. That is human being, real human creation. Part of Chinese deserts is now blossoming with as forest. It's not only even all these for example, rivers, small streams and rivers in our places. Not only fishing, taking out fish, killing everything there. Sometimes you do small aquarium, breed some fish, now go and pour it inside the river. It's part of it. We pour the fish inside the river so that it will be multiplying. Oh, Chinekele. We need to control our environment. So we give out to the environment so that our environment, our land will also give back to us. Are you hearing me? So this is what I'm saying. We need to be giving back, not only taking. You know, I genonu richama bushmeat. Anything I try on tanta. We don't give out. We don't cherish and multiply them, so that also they will be, they will be bringing forth abundance. All these are part of civilized culture. Not only anything you see now, you eat, if we consume everything, what of future generations? What are they going to consume? You are being made to, you are deceived to be made to understand, oh no, God will bring. No, there is no God that will bring. Oh, I am telling you, we human beings are in charge. So let us understand how to give back. Planting back trees, planting trees, different types of trees. You might think that it is not important. These are very important. These are very, very important issues. Even if you can, as communities, you make laws, of fishing, overfishing in your small rivers, streams. Sometimes, if you can, you make small aquarium, breed some fish, and pour inside the stream, and leave it to grow everywhere. We are human beings. We have the ability to create, not consuming everything, eating up everything, so that when there is scarcity, you start praying. Now, God, for you, hey, God, I need the fish. No. We have to do this. Aquarium is not even only artificial. You can do a natural aquarium by repopulating the fish in our streams, in our small rivers. Are you hearing me? As they build the dam in the northern part of in River Niger, Kainji Dam, in Lokoja and all these places, that is the reason why there is not much fish in River Niger in our side. You know that? But do we ever think as a people to make efforts to repopulate even River Niger in our side, from after Lokoja down to our side, from going from Delta, let me call it like that, from Delta down to Onisha, down to down to so-called Niger Delta? Have we ever made the effort? Say, these are policies of development of a civilized people, to repopulate the fishes, so that we have big fishes. Fishes, they can born in millions. They lay eggs in their millions, so that they can lay eggs, and they will be, River Niger will be overflowing with fish. Do we ever have that? We have intellectuals, we have a specialist, but all they know is speaking grammar. No, it's not. But we must continue. So, these are the things that IPOB have in stock, and that is why we need our country in order to drive these policies, so that we live like other civilized nations. Because why you are trying to run to London is because they have all these things in place. That is building a system so that people will thrive in it. Individuals will thrive. We must continue. Now, as I said, the topic of my submission today is importance of common ideology, part 4. I've been treating this since 3 weeks, or 3 Saturdays, I should say. And before that, because there are some people that are making mistakes about Our First Lady will be here on Radio Biafra London to address Biafrans on Monday, the 23rd. That is after tomorrow. Monday, the 23rd of September 2024. Monday. Obochi Eke. On 23. Not Sunday, please. Sunday, it is the UK panel that will be here. Now, Monday, Lolo Uchechi Kano will be here to address Biafrans. So let it be clear, because I see some people writing Sunday, no, it is Monday. 23rd is Monday by 7:30 p.m. please. So let it be clear. Now, as I said, the topic of my submission today, as I've been saying, the importance of common ideology. I played a clip which you have been listening to. You have been hearing that clip by one reverend, and he made it clear. He couldn't be more clearer. You know, many people are thinking that Nigeria is a nation. No, it's not a nation. A nation is just a set of peoples that have shared core values. You can be a country without being a nation, like Nigeria. Let me just repeat just few words of what he said. Just hold on. Just let me repeat it.
A country is a territory. It is not necessarily a nation. A nation is an association of peoples. And I use that word in the plural deliberately because of diversity. A nation is an association of peoples who identify their shared core values.
These shared core values, as mentioned by this man, this wise reverend father. Is it Adewale? Adewale. Anthony Akinwale. Very, very succinct man. Very, he's a wise man. Called value. Set of people that have shared core values. What are these called shared values? This is common ideology. It's the same thing. You cannot have a nation without a common ideology. It is impossible. And that is what is worrying Nigeria. Do you see now what I'm saying? As I said, as I've been saying, a common ideology serves for the organization of a people, channeling them towards a common direction. When we have people with shared core value, shared core, do you see the statement? Shared core values, that is basic values. We must share it in order to be a nation. Once we share that common ideology, we can easily be channeled towards one direction. Without common ideology, we can never move forward as a people. It's impossible. Are we going towards one direction in Nigeria? The answer is no, because we don't have common ideology. We don't have core shared values. We don't have them. We don't have them. And that is the main reason why Nigeria is not a country. It shouldn't be a country. Never. It shouldn't be. Ideology contributes a lot in molding and shaping people's characters and behaviors. Ideology contributes a lot in molding and shaping people's characters and behaviors. You know, when I always give this example about us, Biafrans, Igbo. You know, we always say we are peaceful people. Yes, we are. But this should not be always, in this world of chaotic, violent world. If you are in the midst of jackals, you shouldn't be peaceful. Let me tell you why Japan made it today as a civilized and developed country, because they exhibited the same madness the Europeans came with. Equal and opposite violence was dished out by Japan. Japan, during the 15th century, when the Europeans were gallivanting, moving around every part of the world in the age of discovery, I don't blame them. It's their time. They were, trying to discover. They came to Africa that time, and they saw that slavery, they can buy people. Africans can collaborate with them in order to sell their own blood, and they took advantage. I don't blame them. That is how the world is. It's a world of exploitation. It's a world where, lion eats a deer. That is natural. If you're a deer, if you're a sheep, lion will see you and consume you. It's natural. But if you make yourself a lion, lion cannot eat lion. That's what Japan thought. Japan, before the advent of Europeans in their land, they were using sword and arrow. The same way Africa, even some Africa, let me tell you, even Hausa kingdom you are seeing, they developed this blunderbuss, this dengon. Early gunpowder, earlier, more than even before the Europeans did. Some parts of Africa. For your information, all those times, the samurai, the Japanese samurai, they are going to war with bows and arrow. They never knew what is or what was a gunpowder, because it is through the development of gunpowder that all these explosives started coming in. Bullets, guns started coming into existence. They didn't know. When the Europeans came, they showed them, that they have, we can do business, we have more firepower than you, we are developed more than you, you can buy our thing now. Japan say okay. Because Japan was watching them with curiosity. Say, this kind of strangers we don't know, only God knows where they come from. They say they come from far at the other part of the world. Before you know, their missionaries enter into Japan and started. Before you can say world go, Jack, they have built 15,000 churches in less than a few years. And they started entering the people, the masses, in order to steer revolt as they did in our land, right from the grassroots, to turn people against their ancestors, against their belief system. Japan watched that, and their king, they said, no, how about Isuzu? They said, no, these people, if we leave them, they will destroy, they will turn our land upside down. They will make our people to hate our thing. They will make our people to hate our tradition. And it will be problem. It will be a generational problem that we can never solve until thy kingdom come, until the world finishes. We'll be under them. They saw this. They say, okay. They told the people, the Portuguese, the Europeans, in short, we okay with you. Can you go and bring more gunpowder? We will buy. They collect the one they got from them. The one they bought, the one they came with. Immediately all those ones went. They turned around and started killing the missionaries. In that time, no flight, no radio, no telephone. They destroyed the missionaries, killing them. Any Japanese that accepted Christ as yourself, they not only they cut off your neck and your children, the whole family, unless you repent, come back to their roots. The missionaries, they slaughter them. because they know that it will take a long time for the Europeans to ply the ocean, Indian Ocean or Pacific Ocean, and in order to come back, it will take years. And what they did, all those gunpowder they bought, they started making local research how to reproduce them. And before you know, they reproduce all of them, use it, make explosives, make everything start, because they know the problem has come, that they are they are waiting. These people, they will come in a bigger way. So they were waiting. They wired their whole coast. By that time, they have destroyed any church being built. The whole people, they destroy everything. They kill the whole people, waiting for Europeans. As Europeans gather, they came with many sails, many ships now to take over Japan. Japan didn't allow them to enter because they were not expecting it. Europeans, we are thinking that, oh, Japan, what do they have? Only sword. Let us go and clear all of them. Before they enter shore, Japan opened fire and sank almost all their ships, defeated the Europeans. When you hear that, look, Britain is against Biafra because they don't want Biafra to be like Japan to them. This is what happened to the Europeans. You know, let me tell you, their archives, they don't forget. Everything is in the archives. What Japan did to them, they still have it today. That is how Japan was able to liberate themselves. Now, Europeans, the little ships that we are remaining, start flying white flag. They surrendered and say, please, let us come ashore. We are no more, we didn't come for war. Please, let us do just business and go back. Now we will be doing business equal to equal, because Japan didn't give them any opportunity. And that is what happened. They negotiated and start giving, because they now know that these people are powerful. They are powerful. You understand? Because Japan, they saw the future. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Just hold on 1 second. Welcome back. I have to settle something at the background. So, as I was saying, the Japanese, they protected their land. Are you hearing me? And they have to channel. That time they know that some of their people have tested this European food and all this and that. They have to control their people. They closed, the Japanese shogunate closed Japan from going out or coming in from anywhere for more than 200 years, if not 250 years. Any dynasty, any king that comes into place, he will maintain the rule, because they want to train their people into solidifying their common ideology, so that the people will be able to be channeled towards one direction. They know that if foreigners came and everybody will be speaking different languages. When you talk, this one will say, no, now Bible say I can, no, you quote for you. That is what Japan stopped. And today you are, maybe some people are listening to me from Japan. You are dying to go to Japan. Do you know what it takes to build a common ideology? Do you know what it takes? Do you know it's not easy to build the restoration of Biafra is restoring us back to our roots, to our common ideology, so that we can flow towards a common direction. Because Nigeria scattered us. Britain used Nigeria to scatter us. So, what am I trying to say? Without a common ideology, there will be no cohesion. Now, Nigeria, we know there is no cohesion right from beginning. Let me play this thing you have been hearing. I've been playing it. You have also been hearing it. Let me play it about.
Yeah.
Listen.
Add on top of that the North's general hate of the East, and you can start to get the picture of this.
One thing I've noticed, Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I might almost call it, obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it northernized, and now all important posts are being held by northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the North solely with northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a northerner first. If you can't get a northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions, coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, this is 1964 when Ahmad Bello made this statement. This should have sent a very deep message to Azikiwe, but he did not. That we don't have common ideology. This man here he said that Igbos are domineering. That is the origin of this word. Igbos are domineering. They coined it because we are people that likes to grow in our businesses, in anything we are doing. We likes growing. We are not a stagnant set of people. But them, their system is you must be stagnant. You have to stay where you are. If you are a beggar as an almajiri, your children will be beggars. If you're a shoe shiner, your children will be shoe shiners. You have to stay like that. That is their system. Now tell me, where are we? Where is our common ideology? This man is saying northernization, northern at first. And the interviewer, the British BBC man, asked him, does not this put prejudice to the notion that everybody is equal citizens of Nigeria? He said, he don't care. Now, what are you saying about this? In a country where there is no shared core values. Are you hearing me? Okay. Britain brought us into Nigeria and fooled all of us into believing Nigeria as our common ideology. That is the first scam. The first scam. You know, Britain did the same thing to some other countries, including India. I used to say this. And India, they understood themselves. They understood themselves. And they redefined themselves on who they are and who they really are before the advent of Europeans to their land. Before asking for independence, they redefined themselves and went their various ways. It didn't come without price. It came with a heavy price. A redefinition of yourself. Who is an Indian? More than 2 million people lost their lives. It was an internal combustion. I cannot call it war. Internal combustion in India before independence. People left their land, their ancestral lands, in order to go and join the other side that they have the same core value. They share core value with. That is why, you know, the mostly Hindus that are in the today's part of Pakistan, they left their ancestral lands and came back to their Hindu brother side. The same thing vice versa. To Muslims that we are in the Hindu side, they ran away from their ancestral land and went and joined the present day Pakistan. Before, in 1947, India got their independence. And before even the independence, they unified the Portuguese India, the Lusophone India, partitioned by the Europeans.
Give it a countdown.
That is why India is where they are today. The foreigners, they don't mean well for you. What matters for foreigners, alien in your land, is to do what? To scatter you, get something from your land. That is what matters to them. Your life does not matter to them. So Indians did the same thing. They recovered themselves. And you know one funny thing? I used to tell you this. Mahatma Gandhi, that was well respected, he was the father of India independence. Mahatma Gandhi, everybody know him. He was trying to unify India. He said, no, this is not the India I fought for. I want all of us to be not two countries. I don't want the two countries or different countries. No, Pakistan, we must be one. And do you know what happened? A hardcore Indian, a Hindu, killed him. I have talked about this in some of my submissions. I've spoken about this in details. They killed Mahatma Gandhi. That man, that was 1 year after, I think 1948. Mahatma Gandhi was shot and killed. Do you know the reason? He said yes. The man, during his confession in the court, before they sentenced him to death, he said he didn't do this out of hatred of Mahatma Gandhi. No, he respected him, he loved him. But the love he has for India, for their people, is greater than the love he has for one person. That is why he have to kill him. He didn't do it out of bitterness. He killed him in order to save India. Because one, he said the man is too peaceful. Two, the man is trying to gather them together without sharing core values. That he wants to turn them future, the Hindus, into slaves, future slaves. And they have to kill him. He said he knows that he have destroyed him. He is going to die. He don't care. Even his family will have bad name. No problem. His generations will have bad name. But that India will thank him later. They will remember him and start thanking him. That is what is happening today. Do you see where emotions does not work? The man say, this thing is, when the man was given chance to speak in the court, when they sentenced him to death by hanging, and they hang him some months after, or a few days after, not even months. He said, I did what I did. I killed the greatest man in our land. I killed him. I shot and killed him. 3 bullets he gave to him at point blank range. He said, before I even kill him, I come up, I bow to him. You know the Indian way of greeting. I saluted him to show my respect. And I killed him. But what I did today, many people out of emotion, they condemn me, yes. I know I'm devastated, yes. I didn't do it out of personal hatred. I say I love this man with all my heart. But I love my country, my people, more than I can love one person. Are you learning something? I love my people. I love my country more than I love one person. So I have to eliminate this man so that we will have bright future. So that India will progress. Because if not, he will be campaigning for one big India. And the same Britain will now use him in order to destabilize India. Do you know politics? Do you know how international politics work? Do you know how these people work? Maybe you don't know. Make more profound researches and find out. Are you hearing? And today, India is progressing more than. India is on the right path because of what they did and the way this man eliminated Mahatma Gandhi, the great Mahatma Gandhi. He was killed. Are you hearing? So, building a common ideology is not something easy. It's not as easy as you think. It involves many things. It's just like building a nation. Are you hearing me? Because a nation is built on natural process of kinsmanship, brotherhood. We are all Igbos. Whether we are a Joe, whether we come from the same family, is a nation. Nation could be also built through conquest. When you are completely conquered and subjugated, now they will imprint their values on you, impose it on you, so that the children will grow up with it, and born children, the children will grow. That is how we imbibe in the religion we are in today. This process of conquest is what the Fulani is doing today in Nigeria. That's why they don't care about development. What matters to them first is to build a, smooth nation under them, mostly with the same core value. That is what the Fulani, when you hear Fulani is killing us, Fulanization, that is what they are trying to achieve. Before, maybe in the next, if they succeed, maybe in the next 200 years, they will start talking about development. Now everybody will be under them. Do you see how things move? That is it. So, Britain brought us into Nigeria and fooled all of us into believing Nigeria as our common ideology. The Fulani Caliphate, with the British backing, deceived everybody that we are one in Nigeria. The Fulani now deceive their fellow non-Fulani Muslims into believing that they are one in Islam and should stick together to deal with non-Muslims. Thereafter, they began consolidating their real common ideology, which is their Fulani tribe, leading them to their overall control of Nigeria with the help of the deceived and the willing tools in order to conquer all. They smartly use Nigeria as a cover-up and Islam as a weapon. Maybe you don't understand what. Let me explain a bit. You see the Fulani. We know why I always say they are smart politically. There is, just tell me, less than 2% of Nigeria population, but in control. What do you think? No, some people say, no, Britain is backing them. Britain is backing them. Yes. But look at what happened in Rwanda. The Europeans, Belgium, was backing one tribe. And they wrote, just like as they are backing Fulani. And it resulted into genocide against those countries because they are fewer in number. And after now, they reconciled and got themselves. But in our own case, we had genocide against us, no reconciliation. We are still, and other. Have you forgotten what of Yoruba? Are they Fulani? The answer is no. What of other tribes, other non-Fulani tribes? How do you think that they were used? Let me tell you something. The Fulani, I explained it here, but let me explain more. The Fulani, they are playing very trickish politics. You call it takia. Yes, but it's allowed. In international politics, deception is allowed. It's the order of the day. Deception. If you can deceive your opponent, you can be laughing and you stab him by the back. It's allowed in international politics. I have been saying this so that we should understand the dynamics of the world politics. It's not straightforward. That is why we need to be tactical. The leadership of IPOB is highly tactical now. It's not, freedom fighting is not something straightforward. What the Fulani did, let me tell you, and they continue playing on it. Very smart politics. When it comes to getting everybody, they say no, we are all one Nigeria. They use Nigeria as our common ideology, which is false. They say no, let us come together. We are one Nigeria. We are, and now we say okay, we are one Nigeria. Okay. Now they will go at the back and start talking to their non-Fulani Muslims that look, we don't need to allow all these any infidel to rule over us. I don't know whether you are catching what I'm saying. Generally, they say, okay, we are one Nigeria. Now they will cut out a section of the Nigeria that is Muslims, and I will pretend that we are all Muslims. Let us fight against these infidels. And these are non-Fulani, but they are Muslims. Now they will use them. Also, they can use not. This word not is Arewa, not. Northern part of Nigeria. They call, we are northerners. They use we are not, both including both whether you are Muslim or you are not Muslim, you are Fulani, non-Fulani, and the people will foolishly agree. And they will use them in order to fight others. When it comes to religion, they will say, okay, we are Muslims. They will use Islam as a cover, and in order to get what they want. Now they will go back to themselves. Gazier Nobi. Once they push out, they got what they want as Muslims. Now they will now go back as Fulani and make their plan. You see, it is tri-faceted. One, they use one Nigeria, they use the North, or we are Muslims. After now, they will go back to their tribe. And let me tell you, their ideology is Fulani, not Islam. Islam is just a weapon they are using. Islam is a weapon the Fulani is using. Their common ideology is simply Fulani. That is why Bala Mohammed, the governor of Bauchi, let me play it again. I like playing this so that you'll be hearing. He said, I'm a Fulani man. We are all Fulani. I don't care whether. Let me play, please. Let me, please, allow me. Let me play it.
Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Your Excellency. How do we
with them?
Listen. Listen, it's coming, please.
But that's the thing, Your Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of the
operations.
Operations. You said to bring in the Fulanis together. We have Fulanis from other countries.
The issue
well.
of misconception, I said there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the
country. Do you hear him?
But they are also...
That his nationality is just a Fulani man. That is their common ideology. Are we hearing? They use Nigeria, gather everybody. Now they will go back and conduct their own secret meeting with other Muslims, other ethnicities, the Kanuris, the Birom. Many of them in the north and in the central part of Nigeria, even in the south. Now they will tell them, no, remember we are Muslims, so let us not allow any this Nyamani. They will use them, calling us infidels, in order to fight us. Now, once they fought us, after they themselves will go back to their family, their nationality, which is Fulani, and now make their own plan. By that time, they have divided these people with us, with others. Now, ask me, when you say Islam, why is it that there is only Fulani that is hell-bent on conquering everybody? Why is the Kanuri not doing so? Why is the Birom not doing so? Why is the other tribes in the north that are they are Muslims, but they are not doing so? Fulani, they have a conquest, colonial legacy or mentality right from time. That is number one. Now, historically, when Ottoman Danfodio, and now let me jump other places. Now, when Ottoman Danfodio in 1804 started his preaching in Hausa land and divided the Hausa people into two, they fought against themselves for him. He saw a people vulnerable. He saw in that part of the world a people that are not politically strong, a people that are conquerable. So they now use religion. You see that? Because it's not everywhere they use religion. For your information, you see what is happening today in the Sahel, Muslim Mali. The other time they attacked the terrorists attacked Mali, Bamako airport, and Malian people has reprisal. Anybody they see that has maybe is a Fulani, they catch him. They beat many people and set about some people up. You understand? So, but they themselves, they are Muslims also. I want you to understand something. These people are slippery. I mean, the Fulani, they are slippery. If they have colonial tendencies. Anywhere they go, they use something. If they see any leakage, any loophole, they will use them to enter the people. If it is religion they use. Are you hearing me? But they come where they formed, they created the largest caliphate. It's in Nigeria, the Sokoto Caliphate. Check it. It was the largest caliphate before the Europeans came. So that's why they are hell bent on conquering everywhere in Nigeria. During their time, the time of Ottoman Danfodio, they cannot come down to our side because it was a no-go area for them. It was a no-go area for them. Now, Britain come and help them, in order to smoothen the conquest, forming Nigeria. They say, okay, now we will use anything. Nigeria, not be Nigeria. But now here, this man, a governor under Nigeria, not under Fulani, a governor is making statement telling in national television that the Fulani, his nationality is Fulani. He don't care about Nigeria. He don't care about country. And Nigerians was watching him. Nigerians were watching him and laughing. They don't understand what's up. So that is why I say these people are smart. If I say it, you can prove me wrong. But if you can convince me that they are not smart, but they are. That's why they are in charge. Are you hearing me? That's why they are in charge of everybody in Nigeria. A little number of people, but they outmaneuvered everybody. When they want to play one trick, they will say, remember we are all Nigerians. Do you see this great country? God have put us together. So let us be in one Nigeria, so that oil and Bayelsa will continue belonging to Jigawa. They play that card. Now they will go up. They will go up and call their Muslim brothers, Yoruba, Muslim, Kwara, or the Tinubu, them say we are one people. Remember, Quran say we have to be one to fight against infidel. Now what they will use that sentiment and get what they want. Now once they get what they want, they will do their own meeting as Fulani, say leave all these people, whether they are Muslim, we no care. Do you see how they are getting how they climb to where they are today, being in control? They can use the not. Oh, we are all, remember during the campaign, during the last presidential campaign in 2023. Remember what happened? You see the video where one Fulani man was addressing the northern youths, the northern Christians and non-Muslims, telling them that, look, before you start saying that Igbos are Christians, I'm like them. You are not first, northern are first. Do you see that politics? So they are experts in twisting people's brains. I am telling you, this is what we should learn. This is what we should learn. Not being rigid, continue being rigid. No. That is why this struggle is auche. People expect that the way you have to come out and no. You must change. You change with time. Are you hearing what I'm saying? That is why the Fulani is where they are today. They use everybody and now they consolidate themselves. These are the only people. Fulani is the only tribe in Africa that have a standing army. And Nigeria is when you see they are looting billions and billions in Nigeria, it is our oil, the resources from our land that is sponsoring them, bankrolling their force in the Sahel, Fulani forces. I am telling you. Once Biafra takes, once we are free, they will collapse. I am telling you honestly, they will collapse. They will collapse. Do you know one of the reasons why Tinubu did not go to war against Niger Republic? They want Tinubu, they say, look, if you enter, say you are doing war, Biafrans, they will sabotage and they will go. You hear what I'm saying? So, these people are highly trickish. That is politics. In a layman language, we can call it trick, but it's politics, because politics is about trying everything for your collective interest. You can use any method for your collective interest. That's it. Do you see what Israel did last 2 days? Using, everyday material, exploding it. That is terror, complete terror. They are doing it because they can get away with it. Not everybody can do it and get away with it. So, in the world of politics, anything you can do as long as you can get away with it. That is what the Fulani is playing. They are using their brain trick. They will convince some people using Nigeria. They will convince others using Muslim Islam. That's why they are trying very hard in order to build mosques in part of Biafra land, so that they will take some part of it, convince them that they are with them. Is it not what you are calling Takia? It's allowed in politics. So that now they divide. Those people now, in case of outright fighting, those people will become weakling. They will become the loophole to enter our land. Because they will be doing, these are our people. The same way as I explained the other day, the king of Back Congo, when he Europeanized, Christianized his kingdom, the people now turned to become soldiers of the cross. When war broke out between Portugal and the kingdom, Congolese fought against their own people. The same thing Hausa did, and handed themselves over to the Portuguese. As a Hausa fought against themselves due to religion for this Ottoman Danfodio, for the Fulani. And that's where they saw, that's the loophole they use. They say, these people are very weak. We can use religion to destroy them. And that is what they are doing. That's what they are doing. Why are other ethnicities in the north that are Muslims, why are they not in their killing? Why are they not killing, destroying, doing this jihadism? Why? It's mostly Fulani. Why is it so? It is the path they choose. They are a colonial entity, a colonial tribe, because they are not indigenous to any part, any place in Africa. The Fulani, for your information. That's why they are sowing seeds of discord everywhere. Now, anywhere they can use Islam, they use it as a tool. Any other place they can use ordinary local politics, they use it. In Nigeria, they saw a loophole which they didn't see in any other place, like Ghana, like Cameroon. Are you hearing me? Fulani as a tribe is not recognized in Cameroon. As a tribe existing in Cameroon is not recognized the same way Hausa is recognized. Are you hearing me? But in Nigeria is recognized, but they are not indigenous. Do you see that in Cameroon it's not? And Ghana is following the same. If you count the ethnicities in Ghana, you don't see Fulani. They know why. They know why. They know the type of people. So these people, they don't find it any easy in any other place other than in Nigeria. Because they saw that Nigerians can be easily deceived. They can use sentiment, religious sentiment, they deceive them. Even a geographical sentiment, you are not Tanas, they deceive them and they flow. That is what Fulani is doing, for your information. That is what they are doing. And that is why they are succeeding. Now, I want to play something that you have also heard about what El Rufai said. It's part of the Takia. It's part of the Takia. Because they saw people live since Ottoman Danfodio conquered the Hausas. Now they saw that those people this side of the world are Uto. They can twist them. They can use them anyhow, and just like what the Europeans call slave coast. They are easily deceived because they are sentimental. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You know, here we reveal things so that we take precaution, so that we be wise. Because these are the little things but matter a lot. That is it. Listen to what Rufai said after the election. You've had it, although the person interpreting this is using it as comedy, but you learn from it. Let me play it, please. It's on my timeline, but I want to play it.
Is their heart that these things that they did is not for their selfish reason, it is for the collective benefit of the nation. Let's go.
Nasani, the governance Zamfara.
This is El Rufai, former governor of Kaduna State, talking, speaking in Hausa. Listen.
Bello Matawalle, ba dan muna son wani abu muka yi ba.
He said, myself and the governor of Zamfara, Wato Bello Matawalle, we did not make this decision based on what we will gain whatsoever.
Sauran suna son wani abu, amma wallahi ni da Bello Matawalle mun ce kawai ai haka don ai.
He said, even though some of us may actually have their ulterior motive, but as for me and Bello Matawalle, we do not have any ulterior motive.
Ai maganin wannan matsalan na addini. Sannan musulmin Southwest su ma mu ba su sense of belonging.
He says the only reason is for the sake of the religion, so that also the Muslims from the Southwest can also have the sense of belonging.
Do you hear what he said? This is the statement he made immediately after the election of the putting in or selection of Tinubu as the president of Nigeria. I will continue it, but listen. Do you see how they play? He said why they do this is to give the Southwest Muslims sense of belonging. So that they will be on their part, on their side. So that you see a Yoruba man say, now you don't know. These people are playing heavy politics. They will isolate. That's why they isolated the most important people that can resist them. The Igbo, the Biafrans. They isolated us. Other people, they say, no, we are all one. Don't worry, we are all one. So that they can use everybody to fight us. But after, if eventually they succeed, that time they will now start dealing. Now, why people are not asking? Why is it that the Fulani, they have their own standing army? No other tribe, ethnicity is there. You have to obey and you have to be a Fulani to be in that their terrorist group. Remember Sheikh Gumi, when he visited, he was visiting the terrorists, who you call bandits. It's in the social media. He go there, they talk to negotiate, armed to the teeth, all kinds of weapons. He confirmed, he said all of them are Fulani. He said these are their warriors. He didn't mince words. He tells you all you need to know. So election or selection, putting Tinubu there. One, they use religious sentiment. Say, in order to give the Yoruba Muslims sense of belonging, so that whenever they call, say, Muslims, oh yeah, come out. Yorubas will come out. Oh, we are Muslims. Yeah, at least, yeah, it's with our brother. We are our brother. You know, they know how to play all this because remember, these are people. They have the same mentality as colonizers. That's why they are able to. You know, you cannot be a conqueror, a colonizer. You cannot be an imperialist without understanding how to play politics, without understanding how to give and take, without understanding how to use stick and carrot, without understanding how to measure weights, without understanding how to give out when it is due in order for you to gain more later. You can just sacrifice a bit, and now after you gain more, the Fulani, they are champions in this. That's why they say they have to give the Yoruba Muslims sense of belonging. Oh, we are all together. That is how they gather masses. That is how they gather people. They give them sense of belonging. They empower them a bit. You see, we are all one. You see, now support us so that we deal with Inyamene. And you see, they open up. Igbos are this. Igbos are this. Igbos. Once they get what they want, now these people they start dealing with them. Remember how many Yorubas are being killed? How many Yoruba farms are being destroyed by Fulani headsmen? Everywhere. Everywhere. The North, there is a media, blackout, media blackout in the North. Otherwise, what is happening there? Many non-Fulani ethnicities have left their land, living in refugee camps. Both in Niger, in Chad, in Cameroon, in Benin Republic, and in other parts of Nigeria, even down to Enugu, in the Middle Belt. And the journalists don't report them because they are given order not to report them. You understand? But these are the people they govern. Hey, we are all one. Don't worry, we are just laugh. We are all one. We are one Muslim. You understand? We are all one not. Okay? But they are dealing with them. These are how colonizers act. They act without pity. It is left for you to react. Stop shouting that it is takia. Use your own takia also. That is how the world is a free world. As long as you can get away with it, do it. But when you don't know how to play it, how can you do it? Continue listening to Nasir El-Rufai.
Oh God, let's go.
Allah, duk da taron dangin da aka yi, duk da addini da aka yi amfani da shi.
He said, even with all the conspiracy of ethnicity and the religious bigotry that was used during the campaigns by some people,
Allah ya ba Asiwaju nasara.
God now gave Asiwaju the victory.
Do you see? Do you see what they call God? God give Asiwaju victory. Do you see? Do you see the problem we have with religion? When people do something, they say it's God. It's God that rig election for him. Are you going to doubt it? What are you going to say about it? Oh, it's God that rig election for him. Which place? So, for you to understand that all these are brainwashing, they fought hard for it. They mobilized for it. They promise America heaven and earth. Anything you want, take. Do you know? I think Governor of Anambra said, he said, crude oil, no more money in crude oil in Nigeria. That our crude oil, even you saw it in video. Soludo said it to the public, and our people don't understand what it means. They have sold our crude oil in our own land. They have mortgaged it for years. So there is no more oil in crude oil. It is being used to service debt. You understand? This is the quest for them to be in power. They promise everything to America. They sign everything for Britain and Europe and every other country. We need the power. We support us and we will give you anything you want from Nigeria. Do you see the mess we are in? We are with the people that don't have any common ideology, even near, not even common. Our ideology does not relate at all. And we are forced to be in the same country. Oh, pity us. I say we are in a messy situation, honestly. That is why when I look at our people, that we need to rally around IPOB. We don't need to joke with this struggle. We need to support IPOB because we are fighting a very, very tedious war. Very tedious battle. Very, very bad one. I am telling you. They go meet the American government. Tell him before you know, Joe Biden recognized. He congratulated Tinubu. They are working together. He say, we want to give our Yoruba Muslims sense of belonging, so that they are with them in order to continue getting what they want against us. Are you understanding me? After, they will start dealing with them the way they are dealing with their fellow Northerners that are Muslims. So I'm not talking even about non-Muslims. Fellow Northerners that are Muslims, they are killing and depriving them of their land, sacking them from their communities, living at their mercy. Continue listening.
Abinda muka samu muka yi a Kaduna yanzu an yi shi a ƙasa gaba daya.
He says that things that we were able to do in Kaduna, we have been able also to do it in the nation as a whole. Now listen, what did he do in Kaduna? In Kaduna as a governor, I will also show you that video at the end of this one. Here in Kaduna as a governor, he was able to ensure that there is no position of the highest office in the land that a Christian was given. From the governor, a Muslim, deputy governor, a Muslim, chief of staff, a Muslim, secretary to the state government, a Muslim, commissioner for finance, a Muslim. In fact, almost every position in high authority in Kaduna State belongs to Muslims. He says they have now been able to do it and replicate the same in the national level. Hear him. Oh yeah.
Babu wani makaryaci da zai zo ya ce zai fito ya ce shi zai yi siyasa na Kiristanci ya ci zaɓe.
Now he says there is no liar that will come out and say he will do politics like a Christian that will ever win.
Are you hearing it? Mandina said that people that say, you are attacking our religion, you are attacking Christianity. Do you see the real attack? Do you see the real challenge? That is the real challenge coming from somebody. Do you see it? Yeah, no, just you cool nonsense. Ahapo ike nyere aha ga ike ana ike ishopo. You see Christian pastors, they have power. They have power everywhere. They food their body. They will not use that power to do something, to command, so that all these type of people will collapse and die. To command and change the situation. No. Where they have power is at their church members, so that you can give. They will come and extort money from you. That is where they have power. That is where their power reaches. How do we enter into this one chance? Sometimes I used to think about it. I'm telling you, if you don't take time, if I don't take time, you become depressed. How do we enter into this one all round one chance? People that are supposed to even know something and do something, no, they are not doing it. Tomorrow is church. Everybody brew Bible. You know, wild animals that don't have no magnitude, no direction. Go to our cities. You see church or our cities, our land in general, both villages. When you brew Bible, guy here, guy now, they don't know what is happening. They don't know what is politics. They don't know nothing. They don't know. So that we flow one side, so that we understand the type of situation we are in to support this struggle. No way. No way. Very, very sad indeed. Honestly. Very, very sad. It is very, very sad indeed. But we must continue. So, you see this man. What he said, is it not true? Is it not true? He's saying, what? Do you know that Kaduna before is a Muslim Islam in Kaduna was minority before, for a long time, but they have changed the tide. That is how it is now. The governor, deputy governor, people in charge, they are Muslims. The same like in Nigeria. The same in Nigeria. They are all the same. So what are you going to talk about it? These are people. Look at where their type of ideology, which is not common with us, with ours. So how do you think that we will flow towards one direction in a country like Nigeria? It is highly impossible. There is a memo written by American intelligence that the lifespan of Nigeria is just towards 2030. Highest 2030, Nigeria will scatter. That's it. They know. How can you build a country with people with this mindset that he is happy that a Muslim is in charge and will be followed by a Muslim and all Muslim. That is his own, his own ideology. He doesn't care about the marriage. He doesn't care about building a country. He doesn't care anything about how a country will grow. No, as long as he's a Muslim, he's okay. Is it the same with you? The answer is no. Now, what is our business in Nigeria? Tell our people, let us support this thing we are doing so that we channel our energy, support in every way we can, in order to restore our nation, whereby we can flow towards one direction, and the direction is what? Development. People now, so continue listening.
He said now we have solved that problem and all of them have shut up. He said after Asiwaju won the election, Khan has gone mute. Khan cannot say anything again. He says that is the only way we can have peace in this nation. You did hear that? He says that is the only way we can have peace.
You see, peace. They are dictating peace. Like one of our brothers said the other day, you cannot say you are peaceful when you don't have what it takes to fight. You say you are peaceful. No, you are not peaceful. You are just weak. You are defeated. Somebody that is strong can do something but retain his power and didn't do anything. That is real peace. Do you see, his own definition of peace is conquest of others. And I don't blame him. What is your own? What are you going to do? Jesus beze, Jehovah beze. That is the speech of a subjugated person. He said, what they are fighting, so that they will be on top. Now they will dictate the peace, the type of peace. That is their peace. But is it your peace? Tell me, is it your peace? It is not. Continue listening.
In this nation.
To shi ma ka ga aka sake aka ƙara sai komi sai ya.
He said after Tinubu now, we now repeat it again and again and again. You know what he's saying? That after Tinubu, a Muslim ticket, will repeat it again in another 8 years or 4 years. Another Muslim, another Muslim. He says that is the way it should be.
Wallahi abinda muka yi kenan. Kuma ni da wasu daga cikin mu a ganin mu mun gama aikin.
He said, as far as I'm concerned, among us, we know that we have finished the work.
Asiwaju ya ci zaɓe mun gama aiki.
Asiwaju has won, we have finished the work.
Wanda muke muku shine a yi masa addu'a.
All we need to do now is to pray for him.
Ya samu mutane na kirki.
That he should have good people that will work with him. Now, who are the good people? According to him, the governor of Kaduna State, talking about Nasir El Rufai, the only good people, according to what he has said in his previous verse of this video, that only Muslim taking position will be the best for the country. Because somebody like you, Governor Nasir El Rufai, with all of your exposure, education, and the fact that you have traveled virtually everywhere, Yeah, if you can be this low to be talking like this about religion, then I can wonder why the people who are not educated in the north.
We must continue. So you had it. You have seen this because you have been here. This video have been there, I think, going to 1 year since 2023. You have seen it. What can you do about it? What are you doing about it? You brush it out. You brush it out. Wave it out with brush it out with a wave of your hand. Nah, it doesn't matter. And then pushing. We cannot go anywhere without common ideology. And the place we are in, there is, as Nigeria, there is no common ideology. Nigeria was imposed on us as our national identity. And the common ideology, which is a big deception and falsehood. It is only we Biafrans that swallowed this crap, hook, line, and sinker. As Nigeria, you know, Yazikiwe started it. Zik of Africa, Zik of Nigeria. He wanted that Nigeria. That is it, and we continue. We can look at last time our sister Amaka that replied defensively because of the ethnic profiling of Igbos. He made a statement in order to reply what others have been doing against us. All of a sudden, Nigeria rose up. Nigerian senators, including Igbo senators inside. It is that time that because we are Nigerians, they are to be seen as the tribalized. I am begging these Igbo politicians. Why are you always called the tribalized? Because you are slaves. You know, these people normally supposed to be coming to IPOB secretly. To be begging us, on our question, no stop. We will be giving you people anything, any support. Because because we know that I Torato. Yeah, they are. I'm telling you honestly. They are the people that rise up, to condemn their own Igbo sister in order to showcase that they are the tribalized. But the Yoruba have been profiling us. Different Yoruba people have been doing different other ethnicities have been talking against kill Igbo, do this Igbo. They do as if they don't have ear on the Igbo. We must get out and enter our own nation. And this is where we are forming our own common ideology. We've swallowed this crap of one Nigeria hook, line, and sinker. And that's why we scatter everywhere in Nigeria. Not only scattering, building everywhere. Anywhere we go, we start building. And today, they use it to hold us hostage. Don't you see that we are the most gullible? Don't you see that? If we are insulting ourselves, do not vex, please. We are right. The stupidity in us, the lack of politics in our lives is what we are insulting so that we can change. Our common ideology is Biafra. It is our roots. It is who we are. With a common ideology, the sky remains our limit. But where there is no common ideology like in Nigeria, the people becomes inorganizable, selfish, and prone to conquest and annihilation. Like what we are living today. We don't have any ideology guiding us. Is it the religion? No way. The religion came and divided us even more. Only as your choosing. Only as your assemblies of God. Only as your Catholic. Only as your Mazi. One people. Nah. Hey, if we restore ourselves before God and man, here go the miracle of the millennium. Because we are a people divided into shreds. Man, they see that we are not Igbo. I am Chukwuemeka, but I'm not Igbo. Onya say from Ama Jehovah. Onya say we are divided into pieces, piecemeals by piecemeals. Here Jayo, Ikwa Kesyoku. Ndi akena anyị dotai But removing us from this bondage is not impossible. It's not impossible. It's very hard, but not impossible. Therefore, it is very important for us to restore and rebuild our lost ideology so that we could be easily channeled towards the development of our nation. That is it. Because without common ideology, we go nowhere. That is why we are beckoning, going back to our roots. It is what naturally bonded us together. Without it, we become conquered, completely conquered. We are vulnerable. Any animal that lives or is removed from their natural habitat becomes completely vulnerable. If you remove fish from the river, it becomes vulnerable. It will die. You remove monkey from trees, put him in a desert, you can easily catch him. You know, it becomes vulnerable. So if we are removed from our common ideology, that is our root, we are vulnerable. That is why we are trying to restore our dignity. Our ideology is our dignity. Biafra is our dignity. Our root is our dignity. That is what we are trying to do. I will stop here and I will go into a few minutes break so that when I come back, I will still open the line so that people will start calling in. Please do not go away. I'll be right back.
In the belief that Nigeria truly should be one. We have now been pushed to the fringes, talking about and believing and espousing the belief that Nigeria truly should be one.
We need to begin by resolving a conceptual crisis. What do I mean by a conceptual crisis? Quite often when we speak about Nigeria, we collapse the distinction between country, state, and nation. We tend to think that the three mean the same. We tend to think the three are synonyms. A country is a territory. From the Latin contra terra, the land that lies ahead of you. A country is a territory. It is not necessarily a nation. A nation is an association of peoples, and I use that word in the plural deliberately because of diversity. A nation is an association of peoples who identify their shared core values. And on the basis of their shared core values, they give themselves a constitution which will now establish institutions that make up the state. What we have in Nigeria and in most African countries is a confusion where we think the nation is the state. The nation is reduced to the state. We have a country quite all right by the fact that we live within a territory, even if that territory is not secure, as we all know. But we don't have a nation. We have institutions that make up the state. We collapse the nation into the state. If you look at our constitution, section 2 of the current constitution, and you don't find this in the 1963 constitution, it ascribes sovereignty not to the people but to the state. That is dangerous. That means this
must do it, or else he deal with him seriously. If you go to Open Sodema now, Open Sodema is in danger because Yarandi Beha Yarandi Fulani Bina Wood. The same thing goes to Asari the Kobo. The same thing goes to all these saboteurs. If they use you, after they have got what they want, they will kill you. That's the Fulani for you. Exactly. We hear about Aponja in Kwara State. He's a Yoruba man. When the time came, when they use him finish, they kill him and they kill the children. And that is exactly what saboteur is all about. Some of us who have learned so much on this platform can speak boldly without minding for people to hear. That they can set up this platform for people who have brains to talk, to speak. Honestly, when I come to record to Igbo, even a Roman Catholic, or cactus. Cactus ya na church, na mission eba, wo de ka onye wo ga deputy reverend father na church. O nwere oge ọwụ ndị mmadụ bịa na church ya wụ na fada nọ ya na fada mere travel akpọ cactus si ya ka ọ bịa kwuo okwu Chineke. Cactus bịa dilie weta Bible tụgharịchaa Bible ya si na onwe ebe ọwụla ya hụrụ fada ga-ejibe kwuo okwu na Bible. So ihe a chọrọ ịgwa ndị a n'ebe a ugbu a bụ onye ọbụla ala ga-eme ihe ndị ahụ a gwara ha before fada gwara ha. You know what it means? That is to say, in this Radio Biafra, so many things are exposed by this radio. From Nnamdi Kanu to you, Jonathan, and other people all over the whole place. But after all these things, you cannot see people behaving that they are hearing something. So what a pity of a place. It is very, very wrong for a black man to reason or to take. If I think about what is going on in Nigeria every time, I start to weep for people. Because this radio have tried so much to expose, just like Rufai, you play the clip now. What else do you want to hear? He's boldly explaining that they have completely conquered Nigeria. Starting from Kaduna, Rufai borrowed $650 million from abroad and pocketed the money in the name of Kaduna State. Rufai. If they like, this thing you call Muslim ticket, that after Muslim everything will be okay. That is nonsense. It is the more you look, the less you see. That thing you see in Nigeria is hell. Anybody telling you that Nigeria will 1,000 years change, you are wasting your time. The war is about to come to Nigeria. Very soon now, October 1st, we manifest. October 1st, 1960, Nigeria got what they call independence. From 1960 to today, 64 years, Nigeria cannot boast for nothing. That's to tell you that Nigeria is made to be held here on earth. That is why the white people come to Africa and deceive Africa, give them Bible, tell them to hope to go to heaven when they die. And all of them are looking to die to go to heaven. Whatever suffering they see in the world, in Africa, they take it. With hope that they are going to heaven.
There we go.
You have seen how far black people have become idiots, especially in Nigeria. They are going to heaven. Tomorrow is chance. Everywhere will be busy. Stupid and idiots.
Well, thank you very much.
When they hear the truth,
thank you.
They cannot listen. Thank you, Jonathan.
There we go. Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp. Go on, please. Welcome to the program, Mazi.
Okay. Good evening, Mazi Jonathan.
There we.
And good evening to all Biafrans and the lovers of freedom. My name is Chukodi. I'm calling from Italy. Please, I want to ask you just a direct question. I don't know if it's possible. Hello?
Go on. If it's something I can answer, I do. If I cannot, it's okay. Go on.
Okay. Based on your analysis this evening, what you said about Igbo politicians and the way one of our sisters respond to what they are doing to our people, and the Nigerian senators immediately, they don't even waste time and they responded to it, including Igbo politicians. But I want to ask you, in your own opinion, do you think that Igbo politicians don't know what they are doing, or they know what they are doing?
Mazi, they know what they are doing, but let me tell you something. They are hard there. I am telling you. Some of them, they know. They are helpless. When you are out of greed, or what can I call it, or selfishness, or anyhow, there is a situation you will reach, your eye will open, you say, nah, is it how this thing is? But you can no more get out. But you cannot get out. Many of them are there, hostage, because they are vulnerable. They can die at any time. Do you think that some of these our people, what is the name? Ifeanyi Ubah that died, do you think it's ordinary, natural death? Do you think so?
No.
So many of them are doing all those things in order to save their lives. Sometimes we should pity them. I'm telling you honestly. But what baffles me, what makes me mad is this type of people are people that should be coming secretly, even supporting that is natural. It should be natural. Secretly supporting what we are doing. Secretly. Say, of which we know some of them. Even we are saying it in secret. That I our hope. So that is it. Because if any of them is individual, our people, we don't understand what is cohesion. And I mean, defending ourselves. Only one on our single, and that is why we are doomed. Honestly, we're almost doomed until IPOB come. Any person that falls, nobody cares. All others are no. But once we are unified, fighting for a cause. That is why IPOB, if IPOB makes a statement, makes a move, Nigeria will be shaken, because they know that we are IWE group. That is it. But these people, many of them, they know what they are doing. but they are in a messy situation than you think. Mazi, go on, please. That's what my view. There.
Okay, thank you. And the only question I have to ask the Igbo politicians is what one of the American black activists said, Malcolm S. He said, who taught you to hate yourself, to hate your race and the color of your skin? Because that is what we are passing through now. Like as you said, if they have conscience at all, they would have be coming secretly to make sure that they save their next generation, because we are not talking of them anymore. So that is it. And again is that it costs us a lot because we left our ideology. I cannot say that there is no ideology. We have ideology, which is Biafra, which our ancestors died for it. But we came out and the People's Club, that is why we are in this messy situation today. That one aside, again, there is another thing. Even this the worst thing that even pain me is that these people we call our intellectuals and all these Igbo prominent personnel here and there, like Ngozi Iwu and Chima Amanda, all of them. Could you believe that these people, they travel around the world and see that how the world is changing, everything is happening? They couldn't even come back and tell to their people now, say that we have to, have to help the system for us to live as a human being. The same thing, so-called our bishop and the reverends, they came to here, they're doing this, and they see how things are going. They can never come back and tell and how to organize their people. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come now after everything now. Even for them to support him is a problem. You see what we are passing through. Now, in the religious aspect, now, we just swallow it. Since I'm a million and one, now, watching wine now. A million and one, I seen a white wedding. When I see in a traditional wedding, no good. So you open and buy a name. So that is all I have to contribute. Thank you. God bless you and God bless Biafra. Thank you.
There were Mazi. That's it. People that are, I call our people unsaturated carbon. Anything you come in contact with, you must envelope it and be part of it and take the form and continue. Instead of being original. Yes, we have our value. That is what we are trying to restore. They destroyed our values. Britain destroyed it, number one. They now use Nigeria to maybe in Kefrafo they destroy the remaining. That is what we are trying to restore, the pieces of our lives. Caller on signal. Mazi, can you hear me? Mazi me Chris. Are you there? Caller on signal. Can you hear me? Mazi, hear me, Chris. Mazi, your voice is not. Yes, now your voice is coming out. Go on, please. Yes, Ganiru now.
The response in this guy, disagree with you. Honestly, I must say it. I disagree with you. For me, they don't know what they do. They don't know what they are doing. For me, I will give you my own opinion why I say they don't know what they are doing. We are human beings. The only thing that we are human beings, and by nature we are animals, like animals in the bush. Tiger and the lion, we are the same flesh they have. If you bring lion or even buffalo, face it before man, it will destroy man. Okay, they are stronger than us. But what makes difference between this animal and human beings that it gives you the sense to use an object to attack that lion. You're a dead person. But once you an object like this, sure, aim a strategy and how to follow it, you can defeat it. So what am I saying here? That here making it different from them is our sense. A whole python will get swallow a human being, and the bone and everything will digest. I know about mother 2 inches. Even you get your log. So the animals are stronger than us, but what makes us different from the animals are the way we reason. They are in our brain. Now, you think of those that don't have that brain. They are simple animal. Now, nobody can convince me that now a whole Igbo politicians, no matter one, from all of them from A to Z, are pursuing one thing from 1960 to date. Now, when you realize better, you pursue this one Nigeria that are pursuing is an unworkable. It's unworkable. Now, can work with it. This man, only playing here now, where man, he said something that if you ask me the way forward, I say no. Nigeria has no way forward, that you have to make a U-turn because you're going the wrong way. Then if you are moving with car, you live in the Western world or in the America or whatever, you're moving with a car. You see that the direction you are going will lead you to the sea. You fall into the ocean or a bridge that is cut off. And you are meeting signs along the way going. You are seeing those signs that this is danger ahead. You continue going. You are to perish. All you do, if you have opportunity, you make U-turn. So if all these Igbo politicians have not make U-turn, no matter make it, excuse me, Peter Obi, for instance, doesn't need any money from Nigeria. As he has said, he has established, he has become a big man. Become a big man before he get into politics in Anambra State. He has become a big man before he get politics in Nigerian State now. So what do he need from Nigerian State? Is that the money from the politics or what? He don't need those money. Will you tell me that Peter Obi did not know that this road, that he know that the way it's going is unworkable? He continued to maintain it because of Peter Obi, for instance, let me give you an example. Only because Obro is seeking for job. After he lost the election, they call him to build up, to unite together to build, because actually he clone into the APC. Or say that is the problem of Nigeria. Afonye mamuta anya. Akpoto na madanya. Si anoya no as assistant. Onya manya no assistant. Why that onya manya? Onya na mahanya ge bute the motor. He make a use plan to give her the example. So now Peter Obi, he didn't need anything from them. All he need to see that Nigeria work, but he has not realized that Nigeria is unworkable. That what constitutes a nation is that what did that man call it? Cultural and everything that have the same value, the same core value. We don't have the same core value. Therefore, Nigeria can never work. This is what they have not understand. Soludo make a statement that oil Agula, that they're not selling no more oil money. But he is one of the people. It's not one thing about black people that I detect. So we come to the Western world, not only some of us came here to chase money. Some also chase money and with ideas. And learn, that's the point. Now you see those that came here to chase money, they go back home without having common sense. They still go back and still play to the old things and maybe not yourself. Made the worst. The little difference they got on here as now only called it to calm. And because in the West they don't fight. Some of them even come here to fight. Now, how will somebody convince me on this planet that we as a people have been here? Now I got in the Western world. Some of us somewhere I now got what is going on in the Western world, how they manage themselves. That pride is more important than money. Your pride, that even if I'm hungry today, you decide to call me as I'm here. You know, the Italians, they used to call us some words here in this show, boy negro. Some of them, those dudes, I be wrong, but when some of you we can get in a road when I chaw, can a hustle. Somebody will get, oh, negro, negreto, he call, insult you and give you money. And the person said, when you have some house from the money, that is foolishness. When you present yourself in this manner, I tell you, go far from Kulo with your money. I don't need it. Go away. That is the value. So nobody can convince me that somebody on this planet, man, because the HGG want to become politician, they want to become this one. Then the Mudiki sit down, think here. Is there anybody in Igbo land now, any politician, even those in the we are fighting for want Nigeria to be better? I heard what Emeka Nyoku said last time. These are the people that are fighting for one Nigeria for since 1963 dead. Something you have fought for. Something. Let me tell you one life story of mine. During my school time, during those days, I was in Onitsha studying in Obianazon Memorial Primary School. Then at the tender age, then after school, then we went to go and get clear soil to mold some craft for other things. We went close to Nkese Palace, and through that Nkese, there's a connection of water stream moving to River Niger. And my friend called us, let's go and swim. We went there, continue swimming as little as I am. So, but there's a joint he wanted to cross. He crossed that joint, and I tried to cross that joint with him. I couldn't be able to. I tried the first one, second one, third one. Once something came inside my mind, I said, can't you see that this place, the weight or the speed of the heavy of the water flowing here is you don't have that weight to cross it. If there's any mistake you do, this thing will take it off. I run away from the water. This is how somebody, I'm not promoting myself, but this is how you do things. You reason things and understand the situation you are. Our people in the politics cannot tell me that they are working for one Nigeria that they have not seen, that they insist from the declaration of Nigeria. Being Ojukwu have said it, that we have tried our best to live in Nigeria, designed by Great Britain. And it's time to revisit it. This is what statement he made before he died. Few years before he died in America. All of them see it. They see it on TV everywhere. You tell me that they know what they're doing because they have been. If you don't become politician, don't you have? Okay, let me give you. P2B is a practical example. You don't need any money, you don't need position. All you need to do, he wants Nigeria to work. But he cannot see that they gather together to push him out of the government. He will now hope for now in 2027. And the same thing will repeat again. Maybe he hoped for another 2031 again. By that time,
let me come in a bit before you continue. Okay. Let me tell you, the situation of Igbo politicians is no difference with many or most other Igbos. Let me ask you, where you are in your zone, calculate how many Igbo people are living there and calculate how many are supporting what you are doing. It tells you all you need. It's not exclusive to politicians. That is the character of Igbo man. When you check many places, they are either they are the secretary of Nigerian community, or if they see you, fellow Igbo man, their brother, they will start Onye Biafra, waiting to happen. Can you name about this and that? What are you going to say about it? Is it only mostly for politicians? Is the character of the people?
Then that is something shows that we are ignorant of what we are doing. No,
sometimes. No, they know. Sometimes they buy sometimes. Let me tell you, because
for me that is my own conclusion.
Okay, because when you look at if people they know that everything is bad, but many don't want to even contribute to their efforts. I'm saying effort in what we are doing, in order for us at least, what am I going to do? Instead, you see the person that is called Biafra now, he know they contribute nothing, he know what is going, but after he will be the first person to start complaining to you. Now I hear they call me, say our village this and that, waiting, we on a day now, yes, say waiting good, then I'm on a send. you sometimes you want to feel mad about the character of our people. So why am I telling you this? It is not only our Igbo politicians that are doing this provocative work.
I agree. I agree with you.
This person that is ordinary, he can grow tomorrow and become a politician. So the same mentality. You understand?
Good. On this note, I classify it as ignorant of what we are doing, because the ignorant of that thing, you will exactly understand that this road you are going is a wrong road. That's the point. The way the channel in the Igbo, the way we reason things, I know about the Igbo, general in the but in the Igbo, in the times of political affairs, collective political affairs, I mean collective. What the other individual now make a plan or sort his way out and make it better. But all as a collective that will benefit from 2 days ago, yesterday, I think 2 days ago, I was in Rome and I met some people and I talked to them. Somebody said this, they begin to ask me some silly questions. As you said, so what you just said is what they are also doing. But in a check them that in a bachamadoku, on our own we are because we 20 euros. Okay, sometimes there's a one we only come here there. That was about 2023, 2003, 2004, 2005. There we had a news, we had some stories here. There were some white people in different channels, just some pictures and aga. And was some white people got saying you want a daughter in a village or in your town, you want 3 children or 4 children, they are helpless. And this person, white man, believe you, or is a human being, he like Romans, just like their own beneficiary, decided that he will help you. And he asks you to be coming to his place or his home or his shop or whatever every month, all your salary, or with 100 euro, that shall take care of that your son. Or say with 100 euro, take care of that your son. Every month on daily basis. On every month, okay, get this money. Now, these people cannot even bring 1 euro to contribute on what we are doing. He cannot make that sacrifice. Only Brana man na Yamahona, Ebi Yama, Nigeria is not going to No, I know how many your name. Ndibu, and when I joined your culture last time on your platform, ask him, why are Igbos ignorant of political affairs? He began to explain a lot of things, which some certain things I also disagree. But the fact is that onye ọbụla na-amadi ihe ọ na-eme ihe aga wrong way, amadi ihe ọ na-eme. And once you are not mad ihe na-eme, there's a liberalism we have in our land, growing up, no control, no direction, onye ọbụla grow nke ya. This na enter inside us without understanding. All these Igbo politicians or the Igbos you see standing by the side. I went to somebody on Sunday or last week. I said, you people are standing behind them, watching others. You want to come out and get Biafra. Oh, we are Biafra, we are Biafra. That's all you want. One person go and get Biafra. No, it is not done. It's a collective effort that everybody must join for we to get Biafra. Not that one on what. So, my dear brother, my conclusion tonight towards that, because this have taken me a lot of some minutes that other things I want to say, is that Igbo people doesn't know what they are. They're ignorant of political affair and they're ignorant of what they are. Even those in politics, they are totally ignorant. Unless they realize the politics of the world, understand how it works effectively, and understand this is the direction to go. Now you begin to tell me, because of situation forcing to do it. But if calculated from those outside, those in politics, those outside politics, those in the natural and ordinary people, you see the way we reason, the way we behave in a collective matter, you understand that we are ignorant. Simple. Mazi, let me keep it here because I have other things to say, but this one I'm taking my time. So
that's it. Mazi. That is why this awareness is very important. Because some of our people, they will marvel. Hey, now this thing you are doing, how much are they paying you? They always quantify everything with money. What you can get now. That is just like what the Mazi said, lack of political wisdom. I used to say it now. People that does not understand their collective collectivity doesn't work in cooperative collectivity. You know, there is a people lost. Only individualism. Individual, we can do our thing individually. But we should understand that individuality does not pay. There will be no me without us. Caller on direct line, can you hear me? Please go on. Call on direct line.
Yes, Jonathan, I can hear you, sir.
There we go.
I'm working this car, and as they come from Abba province. Jonathan, all these leaders waiting for their land, wait their leaders, they are totally confused. Because we are not better than animals. We cannot fight even life. Can we fight dogs? And the world is being given to we human beings by God. Look at how we see. They have branded. Jonathan, over how many years my boy just have a lot. Up to now, all these leaders don't want to let us free there. Oh, all these our leaders. But bring death for we Biafra people then and they have it. Allow us to be free there the heart of us. That they will be our governor. Our leader, they don't have the kind of thing you need to stand as a defeated at the point of death. All these leaders are abandoned. That's the Jonathan, against the mother would change. The most important thing they think is the move 24 to 50. Then if I did that, now, yeah, we don't want to can I know back another economy? So that pretend we say that we are not talking about PhD. That's the Jonathan Owashi. We are using common sense and personality. Just say solution to change away. Where is my leader? Oh, that's the Jonathan. The Jonathan is shaking. Oh, that's the 24 to 26, 26. IPOB. I will have to do it family. How many years? And then body. It's like I talk about no time, I get free. Bullshit. Then Jonathan, she got to be surprised there. Oh, my woman, don't be deceived by any pastor at all. And you will have a shower. Let them do miracle for us to become 5. Let them do fuel to become 100. But tomorrow, they do miracle. That's Jonathan, no, I have to go to them. I tell you, to shake it. Oh, whether we let it shine.
There was. Thank you very much. There was. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Please go on. Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear what I'm saying? Please go on. Why are you not hearing me? Mazi Akas, can you hear me? Mazi Akas. Okay, signal. Is it? Okay. No. Are you on signal? No, you're on WhatsApp. You're on WhatsApp. Please go on. Go on.
You're right. Yes, because the signal before and later I got the listen from WhatsApp. Thank you so much, Mazi Jonathan. May Chukwu Kabiama continue to bless you, give you the ability to continue to do this work, because sometimes it's frustrating when you are speaking to a race and at the end of the day you still see some of them behaving as if they don't hear. But we thank Chukwu Kabiama that there is this radio which by the special grace of God we can gather and keep on hearing every blessed day. Because anything you keep on hearing every day controls the affairs of your life. We are now not the same the way we used to reason before, and I don't think there's anybody that can change our mind or our character for what we are believing today. And this is why Nigeria has found it so difficult to distract our attention in what we're believing by restoring Biafra. Fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, my name is Mazi Akas. I'm calling from Austria. By the special grace of Chukwu Kabiama, I am serving the Indigenous People of Biafra as IPOB Austria National PRO. Mazi Jonathan, for all that you have said today from the beginning, which we started listening from you till this moment where we are right now. It is obvious that in my own conclusion, I will tell you 100% that what is happening in Nigeria is something that every politician in Nigeria know, that this country is sustainable. Nigeria cannot be sustained. This is the truth, and they know that this country is going to, scatter one day. This is why anyone that find any opportunity to be in a position to steal money, they steal it without even without even any conscience. They steal it even if you give them opportunity to even. It just as the way that have used sold the oil in our land ahead of 10 years or 15 years time. So people that are drilling the oil now, they are, even Nigeria is using the oil they are drilling now to pay for the one they have borrowed before. So this is why this country cannot sustain. It cannot continue to exist, whether they like it or not. There is nothing. If it's one of our senior brother those days, he said Nigeria has no mercantilism. There is no way you can repair Nigeria. If Nigeria is a tattered cloth and you want to patch it, you will patch it from now to the kingdom come. Mazi, you were saying something before when you said that sometimes they are ignorant in what. Mazi, believe me, I don't believe that these politicians are ignorant of what they are doing. They are purposely doing what they are doing because they think it's the only way out. Because this thing they are doing today did not start. When these people have emulated from those that have come before them. And even as a politician in Nigeria, only Igbo politician in Nigeria, if he failed to steal money, the same is his brothers and sisters, and this is the worst thing that happened to us. This is how Nigeria has become. The people has corrupt. The corruption have started from up, even touch the normal person as a Nigeria. So they knows what they are doing, and this is why they completely silenced one man, a man who is fighting even to liberate them in the captivity Nigeria have put them in. That they cannot speak. That even they are afraid to speak to Fulani eyeball to eyeball. Mazi Nnamdi stood in the gap, and IPOB fought these people to make sure that they liberate them from these chains and the edge of war after 1960. And the same people gathered and donated money to go and kidnap their brother in Kenya. Even as the rendition Mazi Nnamdi to Nigeria, IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi have won every court. Anything we're supposed to won against Nigeria, they are just holding him for nothing's sake. But these people cannot stand and say, release this our brother. So if they cannot do this, tell me how Fulani will be afraid of them. Tell me how Nigeria will be looking at these people when our own politicians, it's only few of them can be boldly and speak. Every other ones, about 80% of them, what are they doing? Mazi, the truth about it is that we must continue to preach this gospel. It doesn't matter how Nigeria government is trying to, it's trying to turn their table upside down, or to do what to just make you see IPOB as if we are into criminality. Quit the whole world knows that we are fighting a just cause. We must keep on doing what we are doing according to our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife. Also Nigeria is not practicing democracy. In Nigeria now practicing kata crazy, kaki crazy. So a country that is practicing kaki crazy, how can they behave like a human being? Look at how hunger is killing even a common Nigeria today. Millions of families cannot eat cannot even have a square meal in a day. And you have a government who can be able to supply these things and make the lives of the people better. How do it's not suffering the people for nothing's sake? When you come out to protest, they will kill you. The world will be looking, nobody's going to do anything about it. Nigeria is a place that anybody can wake up and kill as many as possible, and the world will turn their eye upside down as if they're not seeing it, because the more we are killing ourselves, the more happy they are. After all, they said the population is too much. So we can, if we can help ourselves to depopulate ourselves, it's more better. So, Mazi Jonathan, we must continue. We are not going to stop, because the last thing we will do, any day we stop this thing we are doing, Mazi, I swear before Chukwu Kabiama, we are finished in Nigeria. We cannot stop. Because after all, here is a wonder. If no one guy has saying I lose nothing. There's nothing we lose in this thing. Well, we already in the gutter. So I put our together until they will allow us to get the hell out of this idiotic country, out of Nigeria. A land that has no electricity, no good road, no pipe-borne water, nothing. Everywhere. Earlier, the better our people understand what we are saying and join us for us to get away in this place. I know, build a country that will sustain everybody. Live like a normal human being, just the way these people are here, living a life in paradise. Mazi, bless you for giving me this opportunity.
There were Mazi Akasu, don't drag it. There were.
No.
Caller on signal, Mazi Madabuchi, can you hear me?
Yes, my brother, I can hear you.
There were Mazi, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you for picking my call. Good evening, Biafrans and lovers of freedom. My name is Mazi. Anyway, that's Mazi Madabuchi, like our brother said. My brother, we start from the main core, of your submission. Why we need a common core and overarching value system or ideology. You see, and I ask the Igbo, the Biafran, and the Eastern one Nigerianists, I ask you this question. After reading Nigeria since 1970 till date, after listening to ex-governor Nazi El-Rufai of Kaduna State, and then Senator Bo Kachua, and then we go back to the old tape of Ahmad Bello. After seeing the Fulani design for Nigeria, after seeing the 2023 general election, the 2019, the 2015 general elections, do you still believe that your voters registration and PVC will ever deliver the president, the senator, the House of Rep and governors, etc. in Nigeria? If your answer is positive, then you are delusional. If no, in the negative, then what is the solution? It is no more the case of you don't like IPOB, you don't like Mazi Kano, you don't like DOS, etc. They are harsh in their words. The point here is that we are facing existential threat. And then, what do? We need to coalesce or converge around a core central, common, and overarching value system or ideology to survive and to find shelter and protection. And our brother Jonathan used to say, and we believe that only all IPOB family members, we believe that the only solution that will give us that protection and the potential development and peace in our lives and in posterity is Biafra. That is our ideology. Know this and then you'll be safe. Know this and you have peace. And like our brother Jonathan used to say, make contact with any IPOB principal officer I would say make contact with the IPOB leadership. But any IPOB principal officer you contact, you say you need to contact with the DOS or people on top. You must know one DOS phone number or even what do you call it, detail in the social media. However, you will contact people that matters, that somebody who wants to give tangible support for posterity. Because you are now, maybe you have children, you're married, or you're still going to marry, you have children. What kind of country do you hope to live or for them to live when you are gone? Or while you are alive? Because So another thing I want to touch is the imposition of unknown quality and even hostile politicians like on our people. That is bad enough. But the clergy of all denominations, I'm not specifying any group because all of them do it. The clergy who are trusted and respected and are supposed to be the conscience of the society are hobnobbing, whining and dining with the known usurpers and criminals, thereby justifying and even normalizing the way through which they imposed them or they emerged, thereby weakening the masses who need their support, that the clergy's support or the church's support to fight or oppose the illegality and lawlessness. So the clergy, the churches, and all organized groups must change their attitude towards imposition of anybody on our people, because by imposition you get bad apples. And my brother, can I say something about this Gowon conundrum, what he's saying about? Thank you very much. The arch-genocidist Yakubu Gowon said what he said because he saw our people's nakedness. Apart from the high-profile ones who ran away with money with which they were sent on errand, and those who changed their positions after getting promises and bribes of money and materials and maybe political positions in Nigeria by the Nigerian government. You have a third group that they call them attack traders. They are here attack. These were people who go to trade when the war is hottest and people are dying, falling left and right, dying. They go to the enemy side and they go there in the enemy side while our people are fighting and dying. They say they're going after attack. They go there to the enemy side to buy very scarce, commodities, especially food, because foodstuff were very scarce in those days. They go there to buy those foodstuff to maximize profit. They were not doing it to help our people like Mother Teresa or Caritas or Joint Church Aid. No, they were doing it purely and simply to maximize profit, regardless of the cost of the Biafran national efforts and the implications thereto. But thanks to Chukwu Okike Abịama, that we now have the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB. We have the Eastern Security Network and we have the M branch. Thoroughbred Biafrans and the adherents to the Biafran ideology who have sworn oath to restore Biafra, to give their life, to give our people the life other peoples are living in Europe and America and the east of the world. And we must do it by our own effort. People, if you have anything to give, if you have anything to do, don't wait. We don't have time to waste. Use your number 6. We are in what you call mortal danger and existential threat. God help Biafra. God save Biafra. Thank you, my brother.
There were Mazi. Thank you. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me, please? You're the last caller. Caller on WhatsApp.
Yeah, Mazi Chinedu. Samuel coming from the US. Thank you for the program. Yeah, Ike gwụrụ m n'ihe gbasara ndị ọchịchị anyị because the people who are posing as Igbo leaders, I really don't see them as leaders, and in truly honest, they're not really leaders because they don't have any true quality of a leader. A true leader should, like Nnamdi Kanu, Kwame Nkrumah, they be willing to go to prison and die for their cause. I don't know if anybody besides Ojukwu in those days, Achuzia, and Nwaforis, all those people. That's the time we had leaders. After the war, man, we didn't have anything again. And the leadership is built around an ideology and a principle. So they are not paraders. They're just chances. It's an opportunity for them, and they're willing to submit themselves. And that brings me to issue of somebody like P2B when he was lamenting about foreign nations contacting him, giving him a deal, go a president. And he came out shocked. And I was shocked myself. You know, that's who know what international politics is involved already know all these things. But somebody who's posing to be a leader of supposed Nigeria is shocked about that. The thing in Gurumike and many others like him, it could be that our people were that foundation of leadership. We go do a good intention. Because also in our culture, maybe this idea of, Igbo going it by themselves in any group sense of group consciousness. But at the same time, is not a real nation. You cannot talk of a leadership without a real Nigeria is not a real nation like one of those players. A nation is defined by a particular ideology, a unifying ideology within the space they call Nigeria. And in the there's many signs already what everybody else's ideology is. Fulani is just using Nigeria as a special purpose vehicle for their own ideology. Yoruba is playing along. It's only Igbos who, I don't know why they can't see that. When I go the first time, second time, how many other ways can somebody give you their agenda? And you don't change. The thing of because there are many other instances and they use that special purpose vehicle as a cover. Even Christianity itself is a special purpose vehicle. I got one Chinese the Christian, but they know who they mean when they say Christians. For you, they're just giving you a label in order to use you to carry out their purpose. Now, the same thing is happening with the African American minority. You are now minority, small business association for minority business. Imagine including that minority. White women are a minority. And then when they finally bring out that loan, minority, my black, my Asian, they will exclude blacks. And one onyocha, dear woko onyocha jarahia will register business. And the loan. But you will minority. The same thing happens, like you said, in the north. We are north. But take a Chanama, Hebrulano, be all Fulani. And Igbo people, I wonder how they smart, they would have played the same thing, like say, okay, east. Akpog is southeast, you refuse. Say now you know Chabo east. Akpog is south side, you refuse. You know Chabo east. Now they have done it even worse. And was her south. And then Cabo north. And then Cabo south. Man, okay. How do you accept that you're south? Are you south as a Yoruba? Or are you south as Igbo? Or are you south as a Jaw? So, then comes on where okay. The first one in the north, can you know as the south? Then Unabia does it among Yoruba and Jaw and so on.
That's it. That's it. Mazi, the Fulani every other Nigerian na akpa tomankasa n'isi onye ọbụla. I'm telling you honestly. Do you know that for the rotation for the let's go to the Nigerian unwritten gentleman agreement as they did, rotational presidency, north south. You know, they say Nigeria is formed under tripod normally, but after when it comes to this presidency of it, what now the North House is saying that the South have taken their portion in the presidency. Now after Tinubu, if we go back to the North, the Fulani, they are playing everybody. I am telling you.
Everybody. One day, look at the so-called leaders in Igbo say, I see all these things. Why can't people have the rest of them see it? That you, and then you still want me to join you now, one Nigeria. That's why they infuriate me. If me one Nigeria, God gonna have Soria they play dirty. If you're going to play dirty, how come can make my Biafra? You know? So thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. You don't drag it. You know, there is this this is where I'm going to switch off the phone. There is this very, very bad, evil mantra that our people we used to have. If you cannot beat them, you join them. It's one of the things that is also deceiving us, shaping our mindset. When many of our people, when they look at what we are doing, they believe, in the by the lazy, when it comes to collective effort, they look at it as if it is individual, his individual thing. It doesn't matter how hard it is. But when once it comes to our collective, that is our collective collectivity. Na ihe onu na so no to ego ha ka ege num ga-enwe ka maka ọ ga-enwekwe n'ishi. They start thinking in a discouraged manner. So the devil I see or I know is better than the angel I don't see or I don't know. They join say if you cannot beat them, you join them. Nah, I join on them in Nigeria case. That is a fundamentally flawed mentality of our people, and that is why our people are easily deceived or discouraged. Easily. We fought a war 3 years or less and completely abandoned. Not that there is a reserve or there was a reserve, no. Completely abandoned and went back and started swimming inside the vomit we came out from. Complete without even brain. Again, I say that's why you say well, individually I want talent, but it doesn't make any difference. Our individual talents without collectivity does not make no single difference. I am telling you, does not make no single difference at all. All this boasting, you know, it does not make it, because without organization we go nowhere. We end up even suffering ourselves and killing ourselves, eating ourselves raw. That's why the best thing, the first thing, you see, the wisest thing is to first of all build the garden. The wisest thing to do is to first of all cultivate build the garden, manure it. Now things will start flourishing. Individuals will start flourishing. Direct. But when we continue building only individuals, we end up being advantageous, beneficial to foreigners. You go study atomic energy. You run to America and study atomic energy, and you become seized there. They use money, hold you. You cannot go back to bring to at least to bring what you learned to develop your place. It's very shameful. It's very shameful. It is better to build a system first of all than to build individual, because without a system you cannot function in your place. Without a system you cannot function. That's why we are always the victim, because since 1970 no reaction. After the war we go back to one Nigeria and nothing, no reserve. I say we used to do something without no reserve, no plan B, nothing. That's all these our politicians. If you ask them, any politician that is your brother or your father or your friend or any, ask him, na ihe niile ọ na-aga na Senate, aga na Asorok, aga nke enwekwere ke ihe wụ our plan, collective plan, or what your plan. You will see what he will answer you if he's honest. He will tell you, saying, everybody is going to look for his stomach, what he's going to. That's why the Fulani, they call them, say these are businessmen. They are not politicians. Because politics is about collectivity. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Making decisions based on collective interest, not individual interest. That is politics. But our people don't understand it. We thought that politics is a business whereby you go, you buy and sell, you make gain, and and come dash one person, two people ego, now dash people ego, now also Ochaga one. Okaome one. No, that is not politics. It's very primitive. It's primitivity. I'm telling you. Politics is about doing something or taking decisions or policies that considering the collective interest, collectivity group. Because taking your individual decision is very easy. You can rise up today and decide to do something as you want. But once it is a group interest, you cannot take decision like that. And as people's mentalities are not the same, you have to take decision considering how people think, how these people behave. You have to be diplomatic in everything. That is politics. Our people are not good at it. That's why we opt in doing our own thing individually. How many have you ever seen 3, 4, 5 Igbo men join hands in doing pure business, really big business? Maybe only contribute to 100 million naira, only cause or contribute to 50 million, only cause or contribute to 200. Only, Hagadaya name a business, set up business naga, because only as na it's a fault. We thought that it is a credit. In your weakness, it's a weakness on us. No, I don't want the people's problem. I beg, let me do my thing. And everybody continues. It's a very big fault. It's weakness. Also, I can say our way of life. Because you have to equate something to the present day. You can hardly come now in our land, in our village, in our homes, and see 2 grown-up Igbo men with their wives living side by side inside a family, big family, in their houses. No person wants problem. Which is good, but also it has demerit. You see, Fulani, they can be, even if it is 2-story building, they live there. Father, son, wife, all they gather. It takes it. You can be calling it, say, this is, but there is is teaching people living in a bunch and making. There will be problems, but you need to solve it. These are also some of our, I can say in my own view, these are also some of the things that are causing all the, because no Igbo man wants a problem. Instead of poro, we always dodge problems. We continue dodging problem. Nah, no naga. I not dodge. No, I don't want the problem. I beg. Now, leave him. Let me go and build my own house. Now, leave him there, brothers, so that you'll be seen by far. You know, it's all of us. It's good, but there are things we need to be teaching ourselves. We need to be learning. It is making us. We don't understand the collectivity. We don't understand how to make decisions based on collective interest. Instead, everything is individual. Nah, instead of I beg, I don't want, let him carry his money go. Let me carry my money go. No, this is haunting us. We need to be pointing out all this. Where we thought that it is nothing, but it is something. In this world we are living, without being political set of people, I am telling you, we go nowhere as a people. Individually, you can be doing well. Look at our cities like Onitsha. Story buildings everywhere. You know, 3, 4, 5, 6-story buildings everywhere. But look at the road, no organization. Look at the chaos. Individually, people are doing okay, but there is no organization. That's it. That is always where it leads. But once we are organized, you see that even if people, you can cut people from even build, instead of only 5 people to have skyscrapers, instead everything will be distributed, make policies, you know, that will make most of the people to live well. That is it. That is it. These are things that we should be teaching ourselves. We should be pointing there, because when we castigate all politicians, we castigate ourselves too, and everybody is involved in this, because this is our character. So we must continue. Our brother said no going back. He said, where is the back we are going? No back, sir. We don't have any back. So how are you going to do? If you are driving a car that have no reverse gear, you must move forward, otherwise you crash. That's it. No going back. So we are trying to rebuild our ideology. We had ideology. It was first of all destroyed by the coming of the Europeans, completely destroyed. That is they destroyed us, our language, our culture, and imposed on us foreign religion, foreign culture that Galatia. Call him in that is 2,000, 3,000 years ago. The story they told us, and we are using it in this 21st century as a standard. Who does that? Who does that? It's not our own indigenous religion. It's foreign. So good idea, beacon. Good idea. Kaimana that look, I will erase. We have potentials, yes, but our enemies, our detractors know us more than we know ourselves. That's why they don't want us to gather together. They don't want us to do things together. They don't want us to have collectivity, because they know that if we have collectivity, it will be that they will lose. You understand? That's why they are putting different divisions in our mindset through religion, through government, through and increasing our greed, individual greed and selfishness, so that you don't listen to anybody. No person is so we ways on. It's a high time we have a retrospect and continue towards the restoration of Biafra. Biafra remains our religion, it remains our ideology. Therefore, as I said on Monday, our Lala will be here on air by 7:30 BT in order to address Biafrans. So be part of it. Thank you. From me, from here, it is simply good evening. One